Hey everyone. So today I'm going to do an update and talk about a couple things. They're kind of related, kind of not related, but it's what's been in the news this week, and it's been kind of annoying me, and I wish that I could do a video quicker most weeks, but hey, I work retail management, which means I don't have my own life until my days are off, or I have today a late shift. Um, so, first thing that happened that I really enjoyed this week, maybe not the first thing, but the one that I remember first, is Sharon Needles won RuPaul's Drag Race. Now, I was rooting for Sharon from day one because the drag was just awesome. It was just, I mean, I don't know what else to say, and I have to admit that yes, I related to Sharon because I was the underdog. I was different. People didn't expect anything by the way of achievement from me. Come from a background where it really, I don't know what else to say. I can relate to the life that this person had, and just with the conflicts and the drama. And I remember thinking with the whole washed up showgirl party city thing that I was afraid that Sharon would not be able to just push through it and win the competition like I really knew Sharon could, and me and my boyfriend were ecstatic that it happened. On the note of being different and rooting because of that, and I mean, it's weird to people are outcast in different ways, and it really boils down to the same thing. People are angry that you're different for whatever reason that you're different, whether you're spooky, or in my case, it started because as a kid I was fat, and then in middle school it's because I wore all black. I mean, I was nicknamed Columbine, and if I ever do drag, that's going to be my drag name. So, being fat kid and being called Columbine, being assumed that black means I was going to hurt someone, and then being gay. And the funny part is, it was easier to get people to understand I'm a person before I'm gay than it was to make people understand that just because I wear black, I'm not going to hurt other people. And that, oh man, I don't even know. And that was in Virginia of all places. So anyway, Sharon Needles, you're amazing. On another front, kind of similarly, now that we have Sharon Needles as the RuPaul's representative for everything and headlining the tour and all that, which I will drive to see Sharon. Dan Savage took some heat this week for a high school visit, and some people don't even think he should be in high schools, and those people are idiots. But anyway, basically, he said something about the Bible and made some teenagers leave. I mean, I remember parts of the story, and maybe I should do research before I do these things, but then they wouldn't be as fun for me, would they? Basically, what I remember the most is that they called him a bully. They called the people on the radio, whoever the hell they were, it's a local station, and I'm in Seattle area, so whatever. The people on the radio basically said that Dan Savage was a bully because after these high schoolers walked out, he continued to talk about them and taunt them and all that, just like a bully would, and they didn't have a chance to come back. He didn't stop them so that they could have a valid argument and blah blah blah. And then they started to call Dan Savage a variety of names besides, well, not a variety of names, but but just not allowing Dan Savage to defend himself, saying all the things and doing all the things that they said Dan Savage shouldn't have done, which made him a bully. So we have these radio announcers talking about this other, basically radio blog, whatever. I know that sounds really bad because this is the It Gets Better Live project, but I'm just trying to make the point that they did exactly what they said Dan did in order to call him a bully. Which showcases one point that I would really, really like everyone to understand. that it's all relatively the same. It's your intent that's important, and your overall, like, basically it's what you have to do to get what you need done. So if you have to seem like a bully to get bullies to understand it's wrong, and that's the only way, then sometimes you have to do it. It's very, I think it's utilitarian. The ends justify the means. But right now it's the only way to get a point across sometimes. Like, I mean, if some bully heard about a group of gay people beating the shit out of a straight person who made fun of them and getting away with it, nothing happened. Nothing happened to them. Just like nothing happens to bullies sometimes. Then there probably would be less bullying. So, I can't say I agree with everything Dan Savage says. I can't say I agree with everything anyone says, because if I did, then I would be my own person. So, but I do agree with the idea that bullying from religious majorities causes minorities pain and grief. Bullying from any majority causes a minority pain and grief and suffering. And obviously, the message is needed, or the two news I think it was 2 or 3 news points that I've seen about gay kids still committing suicide. You know, like, they would have more of an impact. People would have a problem when they hear these things, but they don't. They don't. So, I think I had a favorite quote one time. I will become evil itself if that's what it takes to find justice. And sometimes that is. And I'm not saying anyone should be a martyr for a cause or throw their life away for something, but if you can't have an ideal and stand up and just fight, then you might not have much. But sometimes it's not like that. Like, I mean, I can't even fight for an ideal right now. I'm struggling to figure out how to keep an apartment, to figure out how to keep a job, how to figure out how to move forward in those things, how to balance my life with having a job, an apartment, friends, a boyfriend. And once that's more stable, then maybe I can champion something. But what I can do is I can do these videos and share my life and show that even when you come from a place that positively hated you and probably still hates me, you can move the fuck out of there and start something. And that's what I did. I moved the fuck out of there and I'm starting something, and I'm doing this. And I've talked to and I've met I think of like 7 people that like really feel that we've impacted each other's lives from the ages of 14 to 40. So, I'm 26 now, and, I've accomplished something. And even if that something is only impacting and being impacted by 7-ish people, then, hey, I gotta be okay with that. So, recap. Sharon Needles is awesome. Dan Savage, of course, is gonna cause controversy, and life goes on. And it should. Later.